Okay, it's time for video games. If you're curious why it's been like 4 months, real quick, had some stress about health, everything's fine, a bunch of shit broke, I've replaced a bunch of shit, we're back, we're ready to make some content for the internet again. So, today, we're going to be watching 2 sets of games from Gobou, Zato over here, and first he's playing it, well, he's not Zato in both games, he's Zato in this set, and then in the next set he's Gold Lewis, so, but Zato right now. And he's playing against Nagoriyuki. This is very scary for Zato, because Nagoriyuki is one of the best characters in the game, Zato is squishy, and has bad defensive options, so Nago can straight up just kill Zato at like 80 or 90% life if he gets hit by the wrong thing. That's just how it is. But Gobou's really good at Zato. So this is the gauge to watch when we're watching Zato also, because Zato is a puppet character, which this gauge dictates. He uses the gauge to summon Eddie, and then various moves Eddie uses drain different amounts of the gauge. Eddie drains it just while being out. If Eddie gets hit, or he drains the gauge completely, then he doesn't have access to him for a while. But if he willingly desummons Eddie, then the gauge refills really quickly. Nago's also got a gauge over there. I don't have it set up to switch over, but there's a gauge over on the other side as well. Nago builds blood by using special moves. And basically, Nago's moves are all really good, but he has to watch how many of them he uses because they all give him a different amount of blood. And if he caps that out, he enters this enraged state where he does super high damage, but he also starts hemorrhaging his own health really badly as well. And then the more blood he has, the little segments, his moveset gets augmented as he builds up blood as well. So it's about trying to maintain your blood when you're playing Nago. So, let's start. So, first up, he immediately bursts to get Nago off of him because he can just randomly die, so he just doesn't want him on him. So he's going to play real patiently, push him all the way over to the corner. This is Zato's command grab, his special grab. It refills the Eddie gauge. Not because it actually does that, it's just because the move is so fucking long that his gauge has time to fully refill anyway. So counter hit, burst, get him off. So this is when it's scary for Zato because the gauge refills so slowly if Eddie gets spent. Zato is the best character in the game when Eddie's out, but when he doesn't have access to Eddie, he's the worst character in the game. This is something important, this particular move. This is a pose, the tickle monster. Basically, Eddie and Zato are completely immune while this move is happening. As long as Zato is next to Eddie, that is. You can throw Zato, but you can't do anything else, so you've got to be careful you don't just get smacked on the counter hit by that. So you want to try and hit it as he's canceling a pose into something else. So he's just saying really far back, being really calm, and this is what Nago wants to try and do. This is, like, look how fucking far this move hits. This is because his blood is really high right now. His moves go further. But, like, look, and Eddie's not happy about it. Look at that man's fate. He's not happy to have been got. This is what you want to try and do when you're playing against Zato, is get Eddie the fuck out of the way so you can just try and bully Zato. The problem is, as well, is, like, while Nago is high blood, it's really easy for him to snipe Eddie like that. But because he's high blood, he also can't really do anything because Nago's a slow character. So all he can really do is walk, because if he uses any of his movement abilities, he's going to overcap his blood, and he doesn't want to do that. So gets cut and just drags him all the way over to the corner. This super does a little less damage than his other one, but it refills his gauge as well, and he wants Eddie back for this. And he's just not going to go anywhere near him. Why the fuck would he want to go near Nago right now? He's got this huge life lead. He's just going to sit far away as possible and just poke him to death with Eddie. Why even risk getting close to him? So, but he's got to be real careful. He's just being really patient, because he will just suddenly die. Backdashes the grab. And tries to jump out. Just really patient. Don't do anything crazy. He did try to challenge here, because Nagos don't usually do this third hit, because It's super unsafe on block, but he's got enough meter that he could have cancelled it. So he gets him with it. Gets Eddie out of the way, grabs him, and now look how much damage. Look, just gets touched twice. That's it. He's basically dead now. That's just dead. Reaches from wall break distance. And that's just how it is when you're playing Zato. Zato has no like character-specific defensive options, right? Like lots of characters have at least an invincible or a super, if nothing else. Not Zato. He's got nothing. All he can do is yellow Roman cancel, burst, and faultless defense. He doesn't have anything character-specific, and he has less health than other characters as well. So when you're playing against a super high damage combo character like Nago, it's very hard. So Eddie is really fucking hard to use Zato, right? Because you're controlling Eddie and Zato at the same time. And here's how it works. So when you hold a direction, you move both of the characters. Eddie moves a little faster than Zato. When you push a button, Zato does something, as you may imagine. When you release the button, Eddie does something. So playing Zato is a lot of like holding down buttons so you can get specific moves out, and then like moving Eddie and Zato so that they cover each other. So he wants to hit with Eddie, then Zato moves up and does a move, so then Eddie can go up and do another move while Zato's recovering, so they cover each other's attacks to do the pressure. And then just slide Eddie all the way over while he's doing the overhead, so that Eddie can combo off of the dust, because the orange overhead, usually you can't combo off of that unless you have meter, but because Zato has Eddie, he doesn't need meter to do it. Grabs it. Actually, he instant blocked that. So right here, he instant blocks it, which means he doesn't get... If you instant block it, you don't get pushed back at all, which means he's close enough after it to just grab him. And now he's in the corner, and he's got no burst, so... Oh, unfortunate the frog broke the wall, because if he could have used his super, he would have killed right there. But he's got lots of meter. Ooh, gets clapped out of the air. Burst, get him off me. I don't want it. And this is so fucking obnoxious. He's got so much meter to work with. He can just keep... Like, look how fucking far he took Nago, dude. Like, he got clapped out of the air. To be honest, it actually kind of worked out. So what he was trying to do was he didn't want to be in the corner, as you may imagine. I have gone out of the window. Whoops. Please. Nope. There we go. So he's trying... Here we go. He's trying to use this move and then Roman cancel it so that he can keep the momentum and just scoot straight out of the corner. But Nago just slaps him out of the air. But he didn't actually... He hit him early enough that Eddie didn't... Or Zato didn't actually lose any of the meter. So he bursts him off of it. He's got full meter. He's got 100 meter to work with right now. So he can just spend it all. Like, he can just spend it all drilling him all the way back. Do this. It refills Eddie so he can just keep going. Just takes him from coast to coast in a fucking block string and then baits the burst, kills him. Just like that. So, super scary, but Gobou is playing the matchup, like, really patiently, very carefully. So he's just, like, not getting touched. But if he does get touched, it's all over. Playing Nago's like this, where it's like, it can be hard for you to... It's like playing Potemkin, really, but, like, easier, because Potemkin's not as good as Nago. But it's all about, it's hard for you to get a hold of the person. But once you get a hold of the person, you're gonna fucking mince him. So, second round. Immediately, just stuffs him with the hand and pushes him all the way over to the corner. So, knocks him down, keeps him blocked, and now... He's got nothing to work with here. So he does all this, keeps him down, but Eddie's not back yet, and he's got not enough meter to Roman cancel with. So he just backs up and starts playing defensively. Bursts to keep him in the corner. Also doesn't want to risk blocking against Nago again. He could die at any moment. So very patiently waits for Eddie to come back. Again, he's got the life lead. There's no need for him to do anything crazy. Just keeps him over in the corner, runs out of Eddie, and then he uses the Roman cancel to keep him there, and then he command grabs, so it's coming all the way back again. But it's so fucking obnoxious to get out of the corner. So once he's run out of Eddie, he uses the blue Roman cancel because now he's slowed down and he goes high. So he can get a combo off of this if he doesn't block the overhead. But if he does block the overhead, that's okay. He can just keep the block string tight and then he grabs him. Now he's got Eddie back again. Just trades in the corner, that's fine. Got full gauge, got full meter. He's going to do it again, just keep staggering. Now he's got no meter, no gauge, so he just backs up again, play it calm. Oh, does get hit, but it's okay. Grabs him out of the Fukio, and then fucking dead. Just knock him off the ground, kill. So just really patiently managing his resources. And, oh, Oppose really fucking blocked that, huh? Like, Oppose is a really fucking stupid move, dude. Like, Oppose got no right to block that, actually. But, like, you know, I'm just saying the sword fully going straight through Zato's midsection, but nah. Eddie's fucking got you, dude. Eddie's fucking got you. No problem. I'd be so mad if I was Uriel. Oh my god. And it's too far base the burst, and he doesn't need the meter this time, so he uses this super because it does more damage, but he doesn't need, he's got full Eddie right now. And just push him back over to the corner. He's got all this meter to work with. Roman cancel, keep him in there. Like, he's fucking dead. Like, yo, what do you even do, dude? What do you even do? Like, alright, what's he gonna do? Oh, he goes, nothing? Oh, Jesus Christ. I got hit like 3 times, to be honest. And then at that point, he could have just chipped him to death after that. He just gets perfected. Uriel's really good at Nago, but unfortunately, Gobou is just really good at the matchup. Like, he clearly has it all planned out. He knows what he's doing. He's got a very clear plan, and he's not overextending at all. He's taking very few risks in the matchup, which is a lot of what it's about when you're playing a character like Zato. You don't want to do anything risky, because if you guess wrong, it's all over. Here we go, knocks him down. And he's out of meter, so he just backs off again. Okay. So, oof. Oh my god, he fucking confirmed off that. Like, he doesn't have, like, he anti-airs him with the 6p. And then, like, immediately, like, there's, like, no time to do this. Like, this is such a tight window to confirm off of that. He's like, nope, fucking got it immediately. Switches sides, pushes him over into the corner, command grab, gets his Eddie Gauge back again. Okay, he was probably didn't keep pressuring. He was probably expecting Nago to try and super. Just burst, don't even risk it. Gets clipped once, immediately just get him off me. Again, he could die from like 80% health if he's unlucky. Don't even risk it. So, ooh, grabs him out of the Fukio again. So, it seems like Uriel's frustrated in the matchup, where he's having a lot of trouble actually getting in and oh, fuck. Oh, and he's just gonna spend all his meter to keep this. Yeah, it carries him all the way over to the corner again. Yeah. So, he's prepared to dump all of this. So, this is good gold burst, so that immediately fills Nago's meter. So, that's great. But he is able to get a hit, and Gobou is prepared to dump 100% of his meter just to buy time for Eddie to come back, because Eddie is still only halfway back right now. He does that to combo, and then he uses the other half of his meter to keep the combo going again, giving him just enough time to get Eddie back, and then mixes him up in the corner. So even though Uriel got the 100% meter, he didn't manage to get anything off of it because Gobou was able to just stall it out with his own meter. So the problem is that, like, Uriel's just like, I can't fucking get in on this guy. So he's just, like, swanging at him, basically. But Gobou's not taking any risks. He's just playing really far back and calm. And Uriel needs to spend more time just trying to, like, snipe Nago. Or, not snipe Nago. He's Nago. Needs to, like, snipe Eddie more, and then try and keep his gauge low enough he can actually do something off of that as well. He keeps getting got by Oppose as well. The trick with Oppose is while he's out, you can't do anything, but the Zato will never let Oppose's duration run completely, because that's just wasting time with the gauge. He always will cancel it into something else. So the trick when you see Oppose is you're trying to, especially when you're a character with long buttons like Nago, you're trying to wait for when he's going to cancel Oppose into something else so you can snipe Eddie during that transition. But he's not doing that, and he's just getting put in the corner and bullied to death like this, basically. Oh, catches the burst again. Oh, he actually needed the meter? Oh, he did. Okay, never mind. I thought it was higher than that. So he uses the sword again to refill Eddie's gauge. Gets the hard knockdown. Ooh, catches the backdash with Pierce. Just over again. Sword again to refill the Eddie gauge. Get the hard knockdown. And it's just not even close, dude. So, ooh, now that's good because that gets rid of Eddie. But, just jabs him with the challenge. Is he gonna die? No, not quite. But it's definitely not looking good. Yep, overhead. So, you know, it's not terribly close. The next set's a little closer, but Gobou is... Ooh, go! Oh my god, what a fucking grab, dude! Look at that! Fucking get back in that corner, you bitch! I finally got my hands on you. Oh, no. I finally got my hands on you. I've got you now. Backdashes Nago's command grab, and then just throws him back into the corner. Oh, grabs him again, combos off of Oppose. That's a Zato classic. You Oppose, again, he can't be hit right now, so then you just run up and grab, and Oppose's animation will combo without you having to spend any meter. That's a Zato classic right there. Unfortunately, he didn't manage to use the sword, so Eddie's out right now, but... Ooh, is he gonna block? Okay, he lost Eddie, but he was blocking, so he gets the punish. And he's just going to use the sword to refill Eddie immediately. Oh, does snipe Eddie again. Oh, trades. That's good. Okay, patient. Calm. Ooh. Oh, that's not safe. Yeah, And he's just dead. So he was a little excited to end the match right here. So he pushes them all to the way to the corner. And then this is like the one time he overreaches. He immediately dies for it. Because this is not safe on block, and he has no Eddie right now, and also not enough meter to Roman cancel. So he just immediately dies for that. So the one time that he breaks from his game plan of playing calm and taking the safe options, he immediately fucking dies for it. Ooh, catches him, burst, immediately, don't want it. So Oppose, like, Uriel hasn't really used this a lot either. Like, this works if he does it later. So again, catching, like, right there where it changes out of Oppose. Ooh, command grab. And just, back up again. Very funny that it's a command grab that refills the gauge. Oh, that fucking Oppose, man. Again, you know, ooh, that was a little funky, actually. That one wasn't as egregious as the last one, so it just plays really calm, back up and wait. Again, he's really high on blood right now, so it's kind of hard for him to close the distance while Eddie was gone. Drags him all the way over, Roman cancels to keep that safe and catch the backdash. Ooh, spins through. So he's going to carry him wall to wall. Doesn't do a huge amount of damage off that, unfortunately. Ooh, challenges. Just pushes his way back out again. So, you know. Oh, that doesn't work when you have no blood. Oh, he needs to do a different combo. So, this is an autopilot thing. Where this kick into this does work if you have more than 0 blood. But Nago currently has 0 blood. This is just like an autopilot thing because it's like how often you're at 0 blood with Nago. Not especially often. So he needed to do a different combo there, so he drops it. Unfortunate. Gotta be careful you don't autopilot out these things. Challenges, just mash his way out with jab. Got a ton of meter. Oh, that's so nasty. So that was a cross-up. So here, he summons the frog. So he runs all the way up to Nago, summons the frog, and then Zato goes into the ground and side switches Nago. So the frog just catches him from behind. It's a cross-up setup. It's not especially safe, but he hadn't done it, like, the whole set, so he's not ready for it. And that's it. Weird format. It's a first to 4 for this. So that's it. Uriel's really good at Nago, but Gobou just completely dominated him. Made like 2 mistakes and lost his life for it, but never actually dropped around. Now we're going on to the next set. Alright, so now, Gobou. Oh, by the way, I should have said, my bad. This is from Red Bull Gaming. I will link the video in the description so you can watch the whole tournament if you want. It was very good. Daru was playing, but tragically Daru didn't make it to the finals. This is the finals. This is a first to 5. So, now, Gobou has changed to Gold Lewis. This was very exciting because Gold Lewis is not a very popular character. He is quite low tier as well. Most people would tell you he's like the worst character in the game, which is, I mean, debatably true, but like, yeah, not really. Anyway, so Gold Lewis got a gauge over here. You don't really need to worry about this, but I'll tell you what it does just so you're not worrying. This is his security gauge. So basically, the more full this is, it goes from 1 up to 3. The more full it is, some of his moves are different. One of his moves you'll never see that gets augmented, which is one of his supers. But he never uses it. And the little drone he pilots out and the minigun, you'll see those are better the more of this gauge he has. He doesn't interact with it in any way. This just builds up over time. He can't speed it up in any way, and it is just drained completely when he uses one of the moves that uses it. But you don't need to worry about it. So this was very surprising. Diaphone was not ready for this because he'd said that the thing he spent the most time preparing for was Zato, and he was not ready to play against Gold Lewis at all. Gobou, however, has played against Daru, who we've seen, and he said that he has a higher win ratio versus Ino on Gold Lewis than on Zato, which is why he changed to Gold Lewis for this. So this was very exciting. So Gold Lewis is a big boy, he's very slow, but he does a lot of fucking damage. His main mechanic is one move called Behemoth Typhoon, which has like 8 different possible permutations depending on, because it's a half circle input plus the button, and there's 8 different variations depending on where you start and end the half circle motion. So it's, you know, you pick which one to use at the right time, basically. So, let's start. So, immediately, fucking clapped him into the corner. And look how much damage he's done right there. And look at his face. Look at his fucking face. He loves it. He's having the time of his life. So, Ino's very squishy. So he's a rushdown character, and Gold Lewis does a lot of damage. So this is, Diaphone doesn't seem like he has much of knowledge for the matchup versus Gold Lewis, which is not really his fault. Gold Lewis is really unpopular, so, you know, finding a high-level Gold Lewis is unlikely. This is something that Gobou does a lot, where he jumps in really high at Diaphone. The reason he's doing that is because in the Gold Lewis Ino matchup, you have to be really careful about running into Chemical Love, which is this giant line that cuts half the screen, and her 6P, which is her anti-air move. He's afraid of those, which is why he jumps really fucking high and then flings himself at Ino, because it just makes it a little harder to get the timing right. Jumping in from such a high angle makes it easier to skirt around the Chemical Love and anti-air. That's one of the moves that gets augmented by the security gauge. So, oh, nope, he's ready for that. Grabs him out of the stroke the big tree, and that's a frame trap. Pushes him over into the corner. You can't jump out of that. He probably tried to jump out, but this just huge swing. That's one of the Behemoth Typhoons. Anytime he does a giant coffin swing, that's Behemoth Typhoon. Ooh, skirts right over the top of it. Again, jumps really fucking high, and now he's just gonna chip him to death. Ooh, catches him out of it. And he's having the time of his life. Gobou's been smiling like a maniac the whole fucking time. He's loving it. Just fucking touch Ino once and she's fucking dead, basically. But the trade-off is that if Ino knocks Gold Lewis down and gets to start pressuring him, it's hard for him to get out of. Just catches him straight out of the air immediately. Ooh, baits the burst and just... Nope, doesn't he? It doesn't go for the super, just breaks the wall, but I mean, you know, it's not looking great. So push him over into the corner. Nope, you can't challenge there. You can't challenge. Tries to just, like, challenge that. You can't challenge Behemoth Typhoon. You have to wait for him to use Behemoth Typhoon. You have to basically, like, the problem is as well as it does so much fucking chip damage when it hits you. The problem is you need to backdash these, and if you're in the corner, you need to faultless defense, try to push him off. And then with punish him from far away. You can't challenge Behemoth Typhoon because the move is so big and disjointed that it doesn't work. You have to whiff punish it. Ooh, misses the timing. Does manage to challenge out of that one. That's too slow, though. This is where it's more important for him to use Chemical Love. Because this is what the sort of thing you want to do, but he doesn't use the right move for it. Where he... Back up. So he gets this, bursts off. He floats forward, but cancels it. So he manages to not run into the Behemoth Typhoon. But then he tries to stroke the big tree. That's too slow, and he just gets grabbed out of it. What he needs to do is Chemical Love instead. That's a cross-up. So, goes low, pushes him to the corner. He's dead as fuck. Like, that's the right idea, but he's not using the right follow-up tool for that. He needs to use, like, Chemical Love so he can just, like, whiff punish it and knock him down. Stroke the big tree is too slow. Diaphone doesn't use Chemical Love much in the set, it's not a good move in a lot of matchups, but it is very good in the Gold Lewis matchup. He also needs to use the note more. The problem is that, like, you need to, like, slow Gold Lewis down, basically. Here we go. Once he gets... There, you anti-air him like that. Keep him in the corner. It's all fun and games until Ino knocks you down once. So, breaks the wall, gets the hard knockdown again. Throws him. Doesn't quite kill, but Stroke the Big Tree is going to kill him. It's all fun and games until you get knocked down versus Ino and you have to block. So, back up, play it calm. Tries to anti-air. It's really hard... it's really hard to anti-air this move. You gotta be real careful where you stand versus Gold Lewis, because this move, his Jumping Dust, is really fucking hard to anti-air. Because and you don't feel like it should be, you just try to use your normal anti-air, you're like, alright, I'm gonna anti-air this Gold Lewis. Damn, Alien got hands. Like, you can't stand close to him because this move is active as fuck early in the move, basically. You're like this far away, you're gonna get fucking clapped out of the air. You're gonna get fucking murdered. You need to be more like this far back if you're gonna anti-air the Gold Lewis. You need to be like 2/3 of the screen away from him, basically, because you're trying to anti-air this move later in its active frames, because it's so active early in the move, you need to try and hit it later. You need to be real careful where you stand versus Gold Lewis. Cross up, send out the drone, and the drone is really obnoxious, just like runs him all the way to the corner. You don't want to jump because Behemoth Typhoon is so scary. He's gonna block that. That was a safe jump. And walks up, push him over to the corner. Here we go. Ooh, blocks the burst. So he's gonna go low. Yep. Gonna guess again. Yep. Goes low because he doesn't want to break the wall. That's not gonna kill. Oh, it did kill. Damn. When you're, like, in this kind of position with Ino, they like to go low so that they can get this set up, because then they can do this and mix you up again rather than breaking the wall. Anytime the wall is, like, low health, Inos like to go low because that's how they get the setup to do the mix-up in the corner. So just good to generally block low when the wall is close to breaking behind you, because you don't want the wall splat mix-up. Come on, get back in there. So he's sticking with the Gold Lewis. He's committed to it. All right, blocks that. Ooh, grabs him out of the Stroke the Big Tree. Ooh, you don't want to get hit by that. Oh, you can't burst there. Again, he's gonna die. There's, again, a matchup thing. You need to know where you burst versus characters, and here, you can't burst there. Way too high in the air. So, alright, gets in, knocks him down. So, he missed that a little bit there. This is something he should pay attention to. Like, this little elbow jab is good for contesting Ino's float. He does do that a fair bit. You need to try and use stroke to stuff that if you're waiting for it. He does manage to punish the behemoth with stroke that time. Not ready to grab him this time. Push him back over to the corner. Alright, he's going to break the wall this time. Okay, no, super, knockdown. So, is he going to use the reversal super? Probably not. No, he's going to BRC back. Okay, swings it. Again, really high. Did he try to chemical loaf? No, he tried to stroke, and he just went in over the top of it. Yep, way too close to anti-air there. Got to be standing further back. Not ready to punish with chemical, but manages to catch him anyway. So, hey, look, you know, we're starting to get there. He's getting more used to the matchup as time goes by. And again, you knock Gold Lewis down. He doesn't have great defense, so very patient. Back, run him to the other corner. Ooh, catches him with on the back with the Behemoth Typhoon. Nope, can't backdash there. Way too close. Push him to the corner. And, ooh, too far away because of the faultless defense. Nope, can't challenge Behemoth Typhoon. You can't challenge Behemoth Typhoon. That's the thing, when you get pushed into the corner versus Gold Lewis, it's really scary, because Behemoth Typhoon is plus as fuck. They all guard break. Like, he's plus like 5,000, so you can't challenge any of them. If you're in the corner, you just need to try and push him back with faultless defense, and it just drains all your meter. It sucks. Ooh, that didn't look like it was intentional. Alright, grab setup. Push him a little further to the corner. He's already got the burst out of him, so it's getting hard for him to defend now. Goes high. Doesn't manage to confirm. Okay, goes high again. Low. Alright, oh my god, he grabbed him out of that? Fucking empty. Yo, I'd be so fucking mad, dude. Look at that. You can see the sword start to come out of the ground. Nope. Fuck. I'd be so fucking mad, dude. Alright, so here we go. And, like, look how much fucking damage it does on chip as well. Like, look. So, he faultless defense there, but, like, look how much chip damage that does, dude. You block, like, 3 Behemoth Typhoons in the corner, you're not happy about it. So he doesn't manage to get him. Manages to throw back into the corner. Breaks the wall. Unfortunately, he doesn't have any meter, but he does have his burst. Very calm. Drones on its way. Yeah, that's how far you've got to be. That's more like, look how far he needs to be back when he actually jumps to anti-air this, right? Like, come on, jump. There you go. No, jump. Come not jump, damn you. I'm trying to illustrate a point. There we go. Like, look how far back you need to be to actually jump, to actually anti-air Gold Lewis. You need to be, like, basically full screen. Because that's just how active his jumping dust is. You're like, I'm gonna anti-air him. Nope, I'm gonna get fucking murdered. Because I get knocked down versus Gold Lewis, so I'm gonna have to block this fucking Behemoth Typhoon, and I'm not gonna like it. So, burst, get him off. Don't want to deal with it. So, does want to start using the note. Like, he's not been using the note too much in neutral, because you need to try and, like, force, but then he's not ready for, like, the jumping dust after that. Like, you pilot the note down because it cuts the screen in half, right? Like, you send the note down low because you know the guy's either going to stand there and block, or he's going to jump over it. People don't typically like to block. He's probably going to jump over it. But then he's not ready for it, and he just gets clapped by the jumping dust anyway, despite sending the note down. So now he's pushed all the way to the corner. You can't backdash. You can't backdash in the corner like that. You're way too close to this Behemoth Typhoon. It's really all matchup knowledge. He's not ready to play against Gold Lewis, and that's the thing. Even if, like, this is a pretty good matchup for Ino, honestly, like, on paper at least, but if you don't know the matchup doesn't matter, because you have to try and figure it out on the spot instead, and no one's ready for the pocket pick Gold Lewis. Especially not from a Zato player. It's like really two like very different characters to each other. It'd be like if one guy played Potemkin and Axel. It's just two just far ends of the spectrum. So he's trying to get him to push a button. Ooh, here we go. Goes low. Again, he's gonna go low because he wants to get this mix up again. Not gonna kill, but he's basically dead. Alright. Now he's gotta be real careful because Behemoth Typhoon, but he backdashes, finally does it. Finally punishes it with the Chemical Love. Gold Lewis players, they love the Behemoth Typhoon after the wall break, assuming he's not hard knockdown, because if you break with the super, he doesn't rise at the same time as you. But if it's just a normal wall break, they love Behemoth Typhoon because you're at the perfect range for it. So backdash, Chemical Love, that's what you want to do in that situation. So he's getting there, you know, come on, let's get in there. He's getting there, he's figuring it out, but unfortunately he had to drop a couple rounds early while he was still figuring out some parts of the matchup. And he still hasn't really gotten there, but, you know, he's adapting decently well for a matchup he's clearly not familiar with. So, pushed all the way over to the corner again, just 6p and like, come on, please, just please. So he gets the gold burst, manages to get full meter off of that. He does have the meter. Oh, and he manages to catch it as well. Yeah, and he's gonna break the wall with the super for the hard knockdown. Is he gonna super? No, he's gonna backdash BRC again. Oof. Ah, yeah, not ready for that one. Too close. Just like. I was wondering if that was intentional, because I think he might have meant to do a Behemoth Typhoon and got jumped by accident. Because if you have to do like any of the half circles that go up, you know, over the top, you can easily get jumped by accident. So I wonder if that was intentional or not. Either way, it worked. So you know. So again, he piles the note down and he does the jumping dust over it, but he's not ready to try and catch him. If he just, like, does, like, Chemical Love, he can catch him out of the air with the jumping dust at that height, but he's not going for it. Oh, it did kill him! Oh, I thought he was gonna live with a bit of health. Damn. Brutal. So, last round. So, match point for Gobou. This is the first to 5. So, he's the last round for him. Diaphone's got a long way to go if he's gonna win. And he's already over in the corner. Oh, you don't want to bait there because you can just jump cancel that. Just jump cancels it, catches the burst, baits it. And he knows. He's like, Diaphone's been trying to get me off. He doesn't like blocking in the corner too much. Understandable versus Gold Lewis. And, yeah. Gets perfected again. That's just how it be, man. Especially when you're playing a soft character like Eno is. So he at least trades with the jumping dust that time. It's better than just taking the jumping dust straight on. Backdash is that one. You can backdash some of the Behemoth Typhoons, because this one doesn't reach very far, but that one hits low. That's the trade-off for its short range. So if you're going to try and backdash the Behemoth Typhoon, you got to be pretty sure which one he's going to do. It's not the worst if you backdash guess wrong mid-screen, because you're at least going to get reset to full screen, because you're going to get blasted way far back by it. But, you know, it's scary. So he finally uses Chemical Love, but it's, like, pretty late to be doing it at this point where, like, he's basically already lost the game at this point. Like, he needs to be doing that more, because it contests, like, that kind of jumping dust, right? Because jumping dust is, like, one of Gold Lewis's best approaches, and if he's just, like, this high in the air, like, if you're a little further back, then you can use Chemical Love to hit it. Or, you know, you can try and 6p it as well, which is what he should be looking for. You'll notice that Diaphone has stopped doing the super high jump-ins as well, where early on he was, like, jumping way far back and then flinging himself really high in. He kind of stopped doing that as time went by because he noticed Diaphone wasn't doing the typical responses to it, so he just started jumping dusting at him because he knew that he had noticed Diaphone wasn't ready for that, to answer that. So now he's really low. He's got to keep this pressure going, but Gobou's got burst. Okay, just patient. Goes in again. Burst. Nope. Yep. There we go. Now he bursts. And now he's got to go all the way back in. And there's the minigun. And I just chips him out. Basically, when you're this low, versus Gold Lewis, and you've got to be ready for the minigun, because if you jump, he's like, all right, minigun, because he's just gonna chip you to death with the minigun. It hits you like 30 fucking times and does a ton of chip damage. Depends how much gauge he's got, but like he had full gauge. It's like gonna do the full. It's just gonna chip you to death. He needed to be ready for that when he jumped, so he could dive at him if he started using the minigun, because he's never gonna be able to survive the chip damage if he lands. But again, that's a matchup thing. You've got to know that Gold Lewis is gonna look to chip you out with the minigun when you're nearly dead. It's just part of life. So, Gobou, fucking god, absolute beast, amazing Zato player, and one of the few good Gold Lewis players in existence as well. Absolute beast, and he won. Yeah, we will come back actually and watch a few other games from this tournament, because there was a really good Faust player, which is also hard to find, so I would like to look at those games as well. Even though he didn't end up winning the tournament, you know, good Faust players are hard to come by, because no one likes Faust, really. Well, everybody likes Faust, but nobody likes playing Faust. Anyway, so, thank you very much for watching. If you did, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm happy to answer, blah, 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 blah. Hope you liked the video. Please like and subscribe. Bye.